Alright, so I'm gonna tell you niggas how it is like living on 5D and shit like that. And I'm gonna tell you how it is smoking weed when you were on how it is smoking weed when you're on 5D and up versus when you're in the God consciousness and up, and how it is smoking weed versus how it is when you're smoking weed and you're on the 3D dimension and you're going high. So look, so when you're a third dimensional person and shit like that, and you smoking weed and shit like that, you be like, all right, I'm going high, I'm going high. Now you just went to now you just went, fuck. Now look, you just went past 40. This depending on how strong your substance was when you were smoking weed, you just went past 40, 50, and you just went into like the God consciousness. And the God consciousness is the overall. It is what it is, and no ego. You're in your higher self and shit like that. Now, and that's why everything is more light, more blissful, more loving and shit like that. Cause you start realizing, damn, everything is so loving and shit like that. Everything more light. You feel lighter in your body because you just inhabit into your higher self and shit like that. Now, look, and when you, so if you're a person and you smoke weed and you get next to me, you gonna be on my level type shit. Not in a not I'm not saying it in a way like, oh, I'm better than you type shit. You gonna be in the God consciousness level. So if you're a person, you're on the 3D, I'm all the way up here and you're like right here, you gonna have to smoke a blunt for me to give you if this is just some in real life shit. Now you can understand me more on the video, but it's some in real life shit. If I'm telling you some shit and I'm all the way up here, how the fuck you gonna understand what the fuck I'm saying if you all the way down here? You gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, man, look, man, I'm talking about spirits, entities and shit like that. You gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Type shit. Now if you smoke a blunt, you get on this level, you gonna be like, I'm gonna be able to actually talk to your ass, and I'm gonna be like telling you about spiritual entities and shit like that. Uh all types of shit, spirit guides, all shit like that. Now, if you on this level and with me and shit like we on the same level, we can actually converse and talk and shit. Now, when your ass ain't high no more, your ass probably not even gonna remember we was talking, depending on how you remember shit. If you good at memory shit or not, you gonna go back down, you gonna fall asleep, and then you gonna be back to your regular 3D shit. Now, if you're a person and you done already like went up, like awoken, and you on the God consciousness and shit like that, like 5D, you on 5D with the new 5D world and shit like that, then when you smoke a blunt, you gonna go back down to the physical realm of reality and shit like that. Now, when you go in that, like, look, I'm gonna tell you how it was when I went to the physical realm of reality. Now, I operate so high to the point where it's like on some real shit. This is some real shit. You can literally talk to different spirits. Like, cause once the higher you go, you can start talking. Like, you'll be like, cause you gotta, like, you in your higher self, and your higher self is like more like your spiritual self. So you gonna be to the point where you're not gonna be able just to be able to talk the physical external shit. You can talk the unseen shit. Now, this shit sound crazy, but this shit is the truth on some real shit. And now, depending on how you vibrate and shit like that, you're gonna have to, how much discernment you got, spiritual discernment. Whether you know, okay, this spirit is a good spirit. This spirit can teach me, okay, how to move in this realm of reality and shit like that. For example, this is a good spirit you can be talking to, and this spirit can tell you how to move within your school or something. It'll tell you like, okay, when you, so you don't get bullied, or somebody don't fuck with you, be the last one to lead the class, and the whole, you know, it'll give you ideas like that and shit. Now now you can talk, now it be like negative entities and shit up there too. You can talk to. This is how life is on the 5D shit. This is some 5D life shit. This is how it is on the 5. This just it is what it is. Now, if you're a person and you can it's negative. It's just because you high up don't mean that, just because you high up in the God consciousness or the 5D world don't mean that the negative spirits and entities don't, like, they don't phase you. Now it may be harder for them to phase you because you know yourself and you're real tapped into your soul. Like it's easier than for a negative entity to phase a person on the 3D world versus a person on a higher level. Like that's why a person who's on a higher level, like higher consciousness, higher God consciousness shit, 5D shit, they won't be addicted to toxic habits as a person on the 3D level. Like, okay, drink that fucking bottle of lean. Nigga gonna drink that shit because he got influenced by a negative entity. Now, a nigga like who on a higher level, God consciousness shit, 5D shit, you not gonna be um addicted to certain habits and shit because you already aware, okay, this is not me, this is something behind me, this is something unseen. So you gonna be like, nah, nigga, you gonna be like, I see you, nigga, and you gonna be, and it's gonna slowly but surely leave, and it ain't gonna come back unless you invite it back or some shit like that. But look though, fuck all that other shit, cause we gonna get off task and shit, fucking around and talking about that shit. That's a whole, they should put that in a whole another video. But look, if you're a person on the and you smoke a blunt and you on that you on the high shit, like you already high, when you smoke that bit, you gonna come down. So everything around you gonna be physical and shit like that, and it's gonna like look, it's gonna everything around you gonna seem physical, and you not gonna be able to see through people and shit like that. You're gonna be probably like, that's why like a lot of 3D people, they be around people who don't fuck with them, and I'm able to see it, but they won't realize it because they on a whole different they working with a whole different awareness. But I'm able to see the overall spectrum, like, oh, that person right there here around is fake. But they're not able to see that. So sometimes I just gotta live the life of it is what it is. Now, as I was saying though, like one time I smoked a blunt, and this was when I came, it was a white friend I had, and this was when I was in Florida, and he was like, come to the east side and we can smoke together and shit like that. So I remind you, once you're in the God consciousness and you're all the way high up, you look at life like it is what it is. Like you will walk through the most dangerous hood and you won't get touched. Cause it's like you heavily protected by like angels and shit like that, and you won't even realize like this place you in is like a bad place. You just, cause you just living the life of it is what it is. You won't even realize that the area you in is bad until like you smoke this blunt and you come back down. You like, whoa, what the hell? Is that a brick? Man, what, oh, you gonna be like, damn, I'm in a fucked up environment. Like, cause like one time I was like, back to the story and shit, I was on the east side, and I went to go smoke, and I went all the way to the east side, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, why y'all got all these cameras and shit on poles and shit like that? He's like, oh, nah, it be a whole lot of shooting and shit like that. And it's like little cameras, and I'm like, what? So we go into the house and shit like that. And as we go into the house, it was somebody else's house, and he's like, all right, y'all, we had got, we bought it, and we're in the house smoking, and while we're in the house, I started to descend. So this nigga he was playing somebody on the speaker, and that shit was loud as fuck, and I started coming back down and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in this fucked up ass house. It was like the paint was off the walls and shit. The boards was coming up, and I didn't really realize it until I started descending down. But it was really like I was on I was doing like spiritual mailman shit. See, when you go to the 5D world, you get jobs and shit like that. Like you can be a spiritual mailman, and you can get like certain jobs, like shit you see in the physical world, you can get like certain jobs in the spiritual world too, but you don't have to, you can enjoy doing it. So I was like a spiritual mailman. So I went and told the dude that the house I was in, cause I was on a spiritual mailman shit. So I went and told him like, bro, I said, bro, your time is coming. type shit. And I had to go deliver that message to him because he was stuck in a rut, like in a negative situation. I was telling him, all you gotta do is just lay low, be yourself, and slowly but surely your time is coming, and shit like that. And I remember, and I remember it was another dude. He wasn't being himself. I was like, and I was in my head like, that nigga shit ain't coming. He already lost. And I said, that nigga don't be being himself. They was like, nah. I said, yeah, that boy shit ain't coming for a little minute. I said, you might have to leave him. Well, look, though, real shit though. And I was on like I came back on that 3D shit. I'm like, damn. So I was like, man, I said I need to get home. So we was we started walking out the house and shit. Dog was barking. You know how hood niggas keep the dogs inside the cage and shit like that. So we walking home. I'm like, damn, it's hot as fuck. Cause I'm back into my physical body. Like I'm not on my higher level body and shit like that. I'm back into my physical flesh and shit. And it was hot as shit. It was like, but before I didn't really feel it was that hot. Before it just started feeling like it was real hot. Cause I came back to my body, so I'm really feeling the heat and shit like that. So I got to ride home and shit, and I went on home and this, that, and the third. Now look, the real shit. Now another part when I went back to the 3D world, I was like, I was smoking with one of my friends, William. Shout out William, and when we were smoking, I was already high, and I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, I need to come back down. I need to root myself, cause it's like I'm going real far out and shit. I'm going way far out, like I'm just going far out, and I'm gonna get lost and shit. So I need to ground myself back into this physical reality. So I asked him, say, come on, let's go smoke. Cause I was like, not like I ain't saying like that or nothing. I'm like, yeah, you down for smoking. And I had to ground myself, and I'm glad we did, cause I had ground myself back into the physical world. And when I came back, I haven't been in the physical world since like that last incident. And that last incident was in the summer. So I haven't been in the physical world in the yippee. I don't know if it's jippy or yippee, but shit, you know the deal. And when I came back in the physical world, bro, I was about to throw up. Like, cause I ain't been in my body in so long. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm out my body or some no crazy shit, but it's real shit. Cause you still in your body, but you really inhabiting your higher self body. So when I was back in the physical world, I was just like, I was more like, I ain't had no drive or nothing. I was like stuck and shit. I was like I was still able to move, and I was just realizing shit around me that. And then another thing is too though, like I'm finna cut this video off and shit, but that's how I'm explaining it how it is when you smoke a blunt versus on different consciousness you own and shit like that. But look though, another thing I noticed was when I smoked, my intuition. So when you're when you're in your higher self, you start to see the overall spectrum, like the overall world and shit like that. So once your intuition like works like crazy. So you get used to seeing, cause your third eye be open and shit like that, and you able to see shit that motherfuckers can't see and shit like that. So what happened was my intuition be right like a bitch. Like, but it's to the point where sometimes you be so gone and so like you be so out of this world to the point where anytime your intuition tell you some shit, you know it's true, and you just say it is what it is. Like, you can be like, damn, nigga finna come shoot my house up. It is what it is. Like, I'm not saying you gonna literally sit there and let the nigga shoot. You gonna still take some action, but you won't be as scared. It won't hit you as hard as if you was on the 3D world, like, oh, niggas finna rob me. But if you on the higher self and you can see everything, you just gonna be like, damn, nigga trying to rob me? Alright. I'm gonna go get the strap then. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I got my vest on and shit like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be more calm when you go about these things versus when you're a person on the 3D world. You can be like, damn, oh man, you can be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Cause you scared, you in the ego, and you scared, and your ego trying to. But versus when you in a higher self, you just more like, damn. It is what it is. Like, look, so I was in my higher self, right? Like I am always, and my higher self was like, bro, your teacher like you. Like you got two teachers that got a crush on you, and I got the names, I received the names and shit like that, and then I was like, damn, my teachers like me, cause I look grown as fuck. So, and my look, it kind of like surprised. So it's kind of like all the way to the point where I look old. So I look like an older type dude. I got the facial hair and the mustache and the old in the face. I look old in the face and shit like that. And shit like that. So it was my intuition was like, damn, your teacher like you. I'm like, it is what it is. So and then it was like, that's why you at the back of the class with her. She's staring at you. And I was like, let me see. And I looked, and the teacher was like this. She was like, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, no. I was like, and then when I went, and then, I was like that. It was more in like a calm, subtle way. But when I was when I smoked a blunt, and I came back down to the physical reality. I was like, no, my teacher fucking they be crushing on me. They always, you know what I'm saying? And this is real shit. That's why I'm saying, like, if you get your shit, your third eye open, and your intuition start telling you shit like that, you may not even be able to handle this shit. Like, you gotta be strong, cause your intuition gonna tell you some shit, and that shit gonna sound crazy as fuck, but it's gonna be the truth though. It's gonna be the truth though. It ain't gonna be no way around it. And it's gonna be it don't matter what it is, it can be good or bad, but it's gonna be always the truth. And like overall though, man, that's how it is. Look, but like that's how it is though when you get on smoke the blunt and you shifting and shit.